You go. Here's what to do immediately after you're engaged. So you've just got engaged. First things you do, obviously get really excited, and don't forget to tell all your friends and family. This can obviously be a bit political, don't forget anyone along the way. Then you need to work out what kind of ceremony will work for the two of you, whether you want something traditional or something a bit more unusual, and perhaps have a chat between the two of you before you open this up to the family. Then look at when you want to get married. You need a date, so find one. Now you need a budget. Probably the most tedious bit of all of it, but you need to work it out and stick to it. You need to visit venues that you like the look of and make provisional bookings if you do like them. So now you need to pick your wedding party. You need to choose your bridesmaids, best men, ushers, etc. The next thing is to start a wedding scrapbook or planner. This is something that I think is really cool, and Fleur and I have done a video on this before, so you should perhaps check that out for some ideas too. 6 to 12 months before the wedding, make a detailed budget document that you can follow throughout. This needs to include every single cost, and especially costs that are to come, because you don't want any nasty surprises. Now comes the time to confirm all of your wedding suppliers. So confirm the venues for the ceremony and the reception, the florist, the photographer, the caterer, any entertainment, your wedding planner, anyone that may be involved in your wedding. Next, you need to decide on a theme or a colour scheme for your big day. Next, you need to order all of your wedding stationery, so your invitations, your order of service, place cards, anything that you may be printing. You need to pick which wedding cake you want and order it. Next, you need to compile your guest list. So work out who you really want to be there, but make sure you work it in line with your budget. Remember, more people equals more money. Now comes the really fun bit, to try on some wedding dresses. Find some shops that you like the look of, take all your bridesmaids and have a really fun day out. This is also time to send out your save the date cards if you're going to send them. This is something Fleur and I have also done a video on, so you could check that out if you like. 4 to 6 months before your wedding, remind your groom to start looking for outfits that he might want to wear for the wedding, and also the best man and the ushers. You need to buy your wedding rings and get them sized. You need to shop for your bridesmaids' dresses and shoes. Work out if you're going to have wedding favours, and if you are, then either buy or make them yourself. Consider any local accommodation that your guests may need to stay. If anyone's coming from far away, then perhaps it's worth provisionally booking a few hotels in the area under your name. Research and book any rental equipment that you may need, such as chair covers or candelabras. Book appointments for your hair and makeup. Book any transport if it's required. You need to plan and book your honeymoon, which is usually a job for the groom, if you're lucky. Start writing your wedding schedule for the day. This is again a video that we've done on bride to force, so it's perhaps worth looking at that for a bit of a pointer. 2 to 4 months before your wedding, you need to finalise your order of service before it goes to print. So work out your readings and your music and then send it to print. Now you can send out your invitations, and in here you might want to include a gift list, any directions or specific instructions for all of the guests. About this time, all of your stationery should be delivered. Buy or make your guest book. Don't forget to do your hair and makeup trials. And it could be a good time now to book your first night's accommodation if you're staying in a hotel the night of your wedding. 1 to 2 months before your wedding, you need to finalise your guest list and chase any non-replies. Confirm all of the final details and numbers to your venue and your caterer. This may be around the right time to do your final wedding dress fitting and confirm a collection date, which is exciting. And also a time to organise your stag and hen parties, but obviously this is something that you can delegate quite nicely. 2 weeks before your wedding, now that you've got all the replies from your guests, you can start writing out your place cards and working out a seating plan for your wedding reception. This is also a time to buy any gifts that are required for your wedding party and write out thank you letters to anyone that you may want to give them to on the day. This is also a good time to meet with your photographer and give him a list of all the shots that you require of your wedding day. Send your schedule out to all of your suppliers and everyone that may need a copy. 1 week before your wedding, this is a good time to do your final hair and makeup practices. And it's also a good time to wear in your wedding shoes, so wear them around the house for a couple of days. Reconfirm the final numbers to the venue and the caterers. You've made a detailed schedule, so check it and make sure there's no last minute changes that need to be made. And make sure someone's going to take all of the men's suits back if they're hired. And the day before your wedding. Now it's the day before your wedding, make sure everything's been delivered to the venue that's supposed to be there, and you can decorate the venue if you need to. Send your luggage to the hotel if you are staying away the evening of your wedding. And finally, relax, pamper yourself and have fun with all your bridesmaids the evening before your wedding. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching the video, and I hope it helped